Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM20 Champions, episode number 50, half-century mark, and also closing in on what will be the end of this series, but we're definitely not there yet, and for the first time, we might have our work cut out for us on our signing period. So it's 1st of August, we've 100%ed all 6 riders with expiring contracts, but just taking a look at them, 5 of the 6 are going to have hefty pay increases. Now, that 100% is going to help us a lot. And, well, it actually turns out we have plenty of money to play with. We made sure, I made sure when I set this up, we were going to have that opportunity to go ahead and re-sign riders and have a significant budget. And that budget has risen, but we've never had 100% season sponsor confidence because we bypass so many sponsor objectives. Even with all the wins we take in, we skip so many sponsor objectives and don't focus on them and don't take popular riders to them that we've had neutral or only a first level positive in most seasons, and never a 100% season, never a super success. So it hasn't risen as much as it could. Anyway, we do have roughly 480,000. We should be able to sign 6 riders for 480K, but let's see if that's actually the case. All right, so right off the bat, our first one, Captain America, who was asking for 20,000. We were able to save a couple thousand on that. I was able to even drop him in his role to just an important rider from a leader, and he's signed on. So that's not a bad start. But this was the bottom end. This was our 76 rider already asking for 18,000. So here comes the money for the rest. 2 for 2 so far, but already a massive jump. We double the salary for Spider-Man on just a +2 on the average. Again, we're working away from the bottom to the top, and already we're hitting 36,000. Also, I was able to bump his role down to leader. We got him to sign on that first go, so that's a positive, and we're not that far off on the money. So far, that's 54,000 that we've spent, though, so we're already down to under 430K for the remaining 4. But doing the math, that's plenty of money to be able to get them signed. And in a very confusing turn of events, Cyclops, who asked for 68,000, I offered a fair bit below that at the start, but with triple plus on the interest, triple plus on the length, triple plus on the roll, and then it was red on the salary. So I could see how they wouldn't sign with salary unless it was in yellow. But it's in yellow. We've got what amounts to an easy signing all the time, and yet they still refused to sign even for more money than what they were asking for, and did not sign. So I would have to finagle this one to get Cyclops back on the team. And Cyclops, of course, was dead last on the squad for a long time, and then all of a sudden just really blossomed this season, really catching up, getting attribute points in the right places, leveling up more times than a couple of the peers, gaining a little ground for whatever reason. Cyclops has really picked up and caught up on his teammates, and then all of a sudden is deciding that he wants to give me a problem. I wanted to sign everybody naturally, and that didn't happen on this occasion. Oops. And this is what I'm talking about with the money. Gamora, who is a star, and it's Gamora. I mean, this is our top sidekick on the team. 112,000, and we just got her signed on the last chance. That was a lot of money, and significantly more than what she was asking for in order to get her signed. So otherwise, we would have had the same problem we had with Cyclops, who apparently needed quite a bit more money. Here's Hulk. We're only going to get 2 chances to sign Hulk, and they want an insane amount of money. I mean, I don't think I've seen a contract this big on this game. Have I seen a contract this big? I'm not sure I have. This is crazy massive. And do we even have the kind of money to cover this? Well, we got 300,000 left, but Cyclops, we can finagle their contract. They didn't want to sign with us outright. We'll give this a shot. This is scary, and we only get two chances to sign Hulk. How is anybody going to sign Hulk like that? We will. Apparently, we will. So technically, we would not have been able to sign Cyclops. It wouldn't have happened. We have outspent what they asked versus what everybody else asked. We have about 60,000 left, so we would have been just short. We would have been short by about 10,000 to be able to sign all 6 riders. So 480 actually wouldn't have been enough. That is insane. I mean, this is insane money from what I'm used to dealing with. But of course, there's teams with much bigger budgets. That shouldn't be hard to say. Much bigger budgets than what we have, what this squad has. 541,000 actually isn't a whole lot. We only have 64,000 locked down. Yeah, 447,000 remaining according to what we have here, minus staff. Of course, staff you can always work around. Our index was already number 1, but it'll obviously stay number 1. But this is crazy money. 3 of these 6 riders are the ones eating up most of it, with 110 for Groot, who's an 82 overall, so I get it. It takes a ton of money to re-sign a rider like that. 112 for Gamora, 143 for Hulk. That's a lot of money. And then it was close to 70 for Cyclops is what they wanted, and that's a little shy of what we would have had left. But then we get Spider-Man and Captain America. Even Captain America, just 76 overall, took 18,000 to get them signed on. So that's the rider that I'm used to going after as a leader and then seeing where they're going to be in 3 years. Ouch to what is normal for me in this game. But anyway, we've managed to do it almost. Minus 1 rider. Yeah, I'll deal with that one off camera. We're not actually playing into next season anyway. This is that final season, just a reminder. And then I will proceed down the road with the riders and their development just so we can check that database. For Cyclops, it'll be easier to just have him on the team than not on the team. It's easier to check the riders and the database if he's actually a member of the squad as opposed to being on somebody else's, because sorting, the only way that I can sort them all properly and have them grouped together is by team. As I kick off a team time trial here at La Vuelta, the traditional stage 1 team time trial, they have it back this season. So 16 kilometers, we're going full attack, but I'm not here for GC. Here for stages, for something a little bit different. I brought a lot of the riders on the team that haven't gotten as many days this season in, and we're just going to see what we can do to grab some stages. So we're going to skip a lot of opportunities for this one. We've had our GC focus. We got our GC. We've proven that we can do that. So just going for something a little different. Well, anyway, while we kick off La Vuelta in real life, today also marks the beginning of the Giro in real life. And also today, premiering is my Zwift episode, which I recorded yesterday, so it was recorded ahead of time. But I have an episode previewing my thoughts on the Giro. So if you are interested in seeing what my predictions are as for the Giro, do check out that episode on Zwift that premiered at the same time as this one in order to see my thoughts on the matter. It's going to be an interesting one. It is a super challenging Giro this year. Arguably among the toughest Giros I've ever seen. You can see the team is making real rapid progress as we come up on the Cyanide team. Nice. So somebody wearing the sponsorship of the Game Maker. 1 kilometer to go, though. Nobody is struggling with pace on this one. We're coming in pretty hot and heavy, but can we beat Dukenik? We do by 5 seconds, right to the top of the order. We'll see if that hangs on for a team victory. That we've got to be just about to the end here. Just a few teams left to go. Groupama. Apparently that was it, because I'm not seeing anybody else. And there you go, stage win. We have to hide behind the trees, though. Cannot show our faces. Cannot give away our hero identity. Oh, wait, there it was. And looking pretty normal. We move forward all the way to stage number 8. And so far, things have gone well for us. Groot has won 2 sprint stages. There haven't been any climbing stages, and the advantage we had after stage number 1 has held. We have the top 3 in the GC. That is going to change. It could change as soon as today, as this is a bit of a tougher, punchy stage. You can see we've got 5 categorized climbs. The first one was relatively easy, but we've got 3 straight Cat 2s, and then we finish on a short but steep Category 1 climb, and then we actually descend a little bit to actually reach the finish line. So it's going to be a challenging day. We're going to look to claim victory on the stage, and ultimately hang on to the GC for now. Overall, though, I only have one stronger climber in Storm. She's the one who leads the GC. She does have a good climbing rating, but she's that recent addition, just last season, who started a little bit higher and is a little more shaped to actually being the type of rider you would expect of a GC contender. So she's a 79 mountain base, 77 time trial base. The recovery is up to a 77 already, so those are all high. But then she's lacking in so many other areas at this point, and they are limited. Her resistance has not yet come up, as she's only a second-year rider. Today it's a 75. It's good. Stamina is just a 69, so she doesn't have the stamina to really compete long-term. But we get past that first climb now, and you can already see some fatigue setting in to the team, and actually a split at the moment. Our back group really should be latching back on here fairly soon, though. We took it easy through that first climb, conserving energy. Now that everyone's back up there, we do need to up that effort a little bit, and I suppose over the next climb is when we'll have to get water right at the top. So yeah, we'll let that hang on for now. We're only a minute 46 off the breakaway. It was 8 riders. They're all split up now. It's down to 5 in that front group as we hit the middle climb of the 5 on the day, and we're already seeing some additional fatigue setting in. So let's go ahead and take Iron Man with his ugly -4 and Groot with his ugly -2, sitting second overall thanks to just having a couple punchy stages and not being too bad in that department. He had lost some time, but winning 2 stages added 20 seconds to put him back into the mix. So Storm has a 30-second lead over Groot, and then our third place rider is just a few seconds behind that, and yeah, that's not good. We did not want Groot losing time already. Groot's not much of a climber. They're going to have to up their effort level to stay put.
Oh, the list of those left behind goes on rising.
Ant-Man's the one who sits just a single second behind him, and then 4th place, and the nearest competitor is like 33 seconds down, so it's only a further 2 seconds back. So Storm's the only one with a little bit of an advantage left.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. There's an attack in the group at the front.
Peloton down to 55 riders, and we've got 3 out the back now.
There we go.
Let's go ahead and bring it on down. The intensity is absolutely picking up. There's that over the top, and it's also that time to go ahead and grab some water. Let's get Wolverine to do that.
Set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Not a big peloton anymore, so it doesn't take too long to get back. And luckily, no rider who's sliding off the back as we do so. Wolverine still has a little bit of time to get some recovery in before we begin the penultimate climb of the day. This one's not too bad. It's not too steep, but it's kind of long.
Our rider has a flat tire.
Nebula
Let's
might
hope
struggle
he's helped
through
on
there.
quickly.
Oh, Deadpool with a puncture. That doesn't help. Deadpool, the one who's not much of a climber, but is very punchy, would have a real shot today if they can hang on and still be fit for that final climb. Made up some ground there before climbing, and now, as we go to 3%, they'll use that punchiness and get right back on. That'll burn some energy, though. Let's keep moving through the field. Make your way up.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
And then we'll try to get some support to you soon. Heart rate's pretty high here, but I don't want you at the back. You can use your red bar as long as we're not using up your yellow bar.
A fair lick. You've just got to hang on.
Okay, now ease off, sit in place, and then let's get you supported. And let's also make sure that everybody else is staying put as well. 85. All right, 4 off the front, under a minute to them. 55 in this group. We'll see. The damage to Deadpool is clear, but that heart rate definitely came down. And they're in position. They've recovered decently well, but you can see already he's a little further behind where we want him to be, but that would be those climbing legs just not being quite as good. Mountain rating, that is. Nebula hanging on for now. We're down to just 2 off the front. Two more joining them. I believe they're pushing for KOM points.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
And that's a handful of riders off the front. And we're down to 43, so we lost a handful off the back, handful off the front. It's open to a minute 20 as we prepare for the final climb, but there's riders to chase that back, and those guys are ruining their chances on the day because they do not have much of a lead. Nebula's used her gel, everybody else is fine as we prepare for that final climb. Let's speed things up as we're going to be on the flat for a while. So it's 48 riders now, the front group all together. 48 riders left in contention. Gap behind is too big. I'm not going to worry about... No, Groot's not here, so I'm not going to worry about this one. 20k to go. Groot leads the points classification right now. Nobody interested, so that's good. Sam Bennett is second overall. Ballerini. Gaviria is down in 5th, so Bennett's the only threat to Groot on that. And now we're approaching the climb. Obviously, Nebula is going to lead it out. Deadpool's now recovered, though slightly down on energy. We put them at the back of the group, but Storm's the one we want to properly lead out. And so that's either Wolverine or Ant-Man. Resistance says we go with Ant-Man. And then Wolverine ahead of that. And then Nebula at the front. And we are close enough now that we want to get out front and lead this thing. Top team doing the dirty work. Not that we will be once we hit the mountains. And not that I'm really going to worry about those mountain stages either. Storm might have the jersey another day, but she won't necessarily have it. Definitely shouldn't be having it at the end. 79 Mountain's good, but it should not be contending. Okay, we'll get Wolverine going on that. Nebula is a little bit punchy, so we definitely want to use that up a little bit. We're already seeing the first riders going, Gegenhardt included.
Counterattack by Simon Yates.
The riders are in a portion above
Okay,
10%.
3K. So it's pretty quick. Those guys already... Oh, Ant-Man getting squeezed a little bit. DSM pushing him out of the way. And Wolverine doing a little damage to the teammates. Trying to get up there. 2 riders go clear. They were the front 2. Yates now kind of pulling his way up there as well. Ant-Man and Storm both running out a red bar. And Francello still going clear. Francello,
So
82 mountains, 79 hills. Oof. Okay, we do not have any red bar left.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
This is 1K to 5K overall, 1K to the summit. I can see now. Deadpool still has that little bit left. .6K to the finish, and Storm's gonna come out of this and try to get up there. That hurt Deadpool. Storm try to get in the line here. Deadpool can close that down. There we go. Gel, sprint, 2K. Try to pull that back. That's 7 riders ahead of us that we've got to try to bring back. Francello's already crossed the line. Simon Yates, Adam Yates, Gegenhardt, Hamilton, Higita, Foss. Ant-Man grabs 8th. Deadpool 9th. And we were definitely second best today for sure. That'll cost us some time and possibly the jersey. And that's okay. Like I said, this is not the team that's meant to be finding much success. I was hoping today, but those 3 climbs leading up to that last climb certainly did their damage. And then you had a group of climbers and punchers, combination-wise, that were strong enough. Yates brothers, both on the podium today, but not claiming victory, as Alessandro Fancello, strong climber and puncher, was able to get clear. He rode everybody right off his wheel. He was the first one up there at the base. All right, so the gap was closed to those riders at the front. We were close enough that we ended up getting same time, so all the way through Wolverine on same time, and then the gaps opened up. So other than Francello, nobody else gained time. So Francello moves up into second place, but Storm still leads the overall. Ant-Man is third overall. Groot was dropped, but otherwise we keep 2 on the podium. Wolverine there in 11th as well, so we're still in a good, strong position. But of course, in time, when the climbing comes, that's obviously going to change. Pogacar's here, Yates, Gegenhardt, Carapaz, Foss, Hamilton. I mean, you've got plenty of strong climbers, and young Fancello as well. So, yeah, our time is limited. But Storm should keep probably a top 10 with that type of mountain rating. But as we quick sim through all those mountain stages, I don't think we'll be terribly competitive. But hey, 8 stages done, a little over a third of the way through the race, and we've had the jersey for over a week. So that's good. That's a good start. And we've got 3 stage wins, which that's what I'm here for. So 3 stage wins through 8 stages, but we'll see what stages there are to really participate in, because a lot of those profile-wise just weren't that good. And if I hadn't quick simmed them, probably wouldn't have won. Or we would have with Groot on multiple stages. That entirely would have been possible, would have been the result instead of others. Or Storm being, second, third, fourth place on punchy stages, and that ultimately adding up to just keeping the jersey that we earned on the first stage. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.